Wicked by Gregory Maguire. Book summary in under 4 minutes. Gregory Maguire's Wicked reimagines the Land of Oz as a politically tense, morally complicated society, and asks what happens when history labels someone a villain before anyone bothers to understand her. At the center is Elphaba, a sharp-tongued young woman born with green skin. From childhood, she is treated as strange and suspect, shaping her independence and distrust of easy judgments. As a student at Shiz University, Elphaba meets Glinda, a privileged and polished young woman whose priorities initially clash with her own. Their relationship develops into an unlikely friendship, but Maguire uses their differences to explore class, popularity, prejudice, and the compromises people make to belong. Elphaba also becomes increasingly concerned about the treatment of sentient animals, who are losing rights and being pushed out of public life. Intellectual curiosity becomes a moral and political awakening. Behind the glitter of Oz stands the wizard, whose government presents itself as orderly while consolidating power through fear, propaganda, and the creation of outsiders. Elphaba's opposition grows into resistance. She refuses to accept a system that asks people to ignore injustice in exchange for safety or approval. Her choices isolate her from friends, family, and the comfortable future she might have had. The novel follows Elphaba through years of secrecy, activism, disappointment, and self-questioning. Rather than turning her into a simple heroic rebel, Maguire makes her stubborn, compassionate, angry, idealistic, and often uncertain. Her political convictions are sincere, but resistance is messy. Relationships fracture, causes become complicated, and even well-intended actions can produce results she cannot control. This is where Wicked differs most sharply from a traditional fairy tale. Good and evil are not fixed categories. Reputation often matters more than truth, and those who control institutions influence which version of events survives. Elphaba becomes the Wicked Witch, not because the book proves she is purely wicked, but because fear, rumor, political usefulness, and her isolation combine to create a public identity she can no longer control. Glinda provides an important contrast. She learns to navigate power from within society rather than reject it outright. Her path raises another ethical question. Is compromise weakness, or can influence from inside a flawed system accomplish what rebellion cannot? The novel offers no easy answer. Their friendship becomes a study of how people who care for one another can still choose radically different responses to injustice. Maguire also examines religion, family, sexuality, guilt, identity, and the stories societies tell about people they fear. Oz is colorful and fantastical on the surface, but its conflicts resemble real political systems where propaganda simplifies complex individuals into symbols. Elphaba becomes a warning about how quickly dissent can be reframed as danger and how difficult it is to separate a person from the legend built around them. Ultimately, Wicked is less interested in explaining how a famous villain became evil than in questioning whether evil is an adequate description. Elphaba's story suggests that morality is shaped by choices, circumstances, power, perception, and the stories told afterward. The novel turns a familiar fantasy world into a darker meditation on prejudice, authority, friendship, resistance, and a gap between who a person is and what history decides to remember.